Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. In this video, I'll be dissecting and explaining why I think Jake Paul actually has a chance against Ben Askren. And why Jake Paul actually has a potential to win. You never thought Jake Paul could win something, could you? But before we get into this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on boxing news everyone actually gives a shit about. But let's get into this. So in case you're unfamiliar with either of these two people, quickly run through Jake Paul, world's cringiest YouTuber, besides me of course, and also claims he's doing this event on behalf of all YouTubers. He also forgot to mention the part where every single YouTuber fucking hates him. But most importantly, Jake Paul's boxing experience ranges from 2 boxing events. I'm excluding Nissan Gibb on this because, well, this happened. His first ever boxing fight was against Deji or Comedy Shorts Gamer, which, let's be honest, doesn't really count. And his second ever fight was against Nate Robinson, who also isn't a boxer. But more interestingly, he managed to knock out Nate, unlike Deji, which proves he's shit. But in all fairness on Jake Paul, Nate Robinson is way more athletic than Deji. No offense, mate. But more appropriately, Nate Robinson is the reason why Jake Paul is actually considered semi-serious when it comes to boxing. Now moving on to Ben Askren. Coincidentally, Jake Paul once again called out someone who isn't a boxer. What a surprise! Still won't fight KSI though. But this will be Jake Paul's toughest opponent yet because Ben Askren is a retired MMA fighter as well as an amateur wrestler. So by far, Ben Askren has the best odds out of all of Jake Paul's opponents to knock him the fuck out. And just for added fighting statistics, Ben Askren has won 19 fights in his total UFC career. 19 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses. But the rest, he's them all up. But now you understand who both of these people are, let me explain to you why I think Jake Paul might actually have a chance. Of course, the 19 fights Ben Askren's won in the UFC proves that Jake Paul just might be fucking cannon fodder for him. Ben Askren might just go in the ring, and there you go, Jake Paul fucking dead. But the only thing that stops Ben Askren is that he's had no boxing fight experience. He's had UFC and wrestling, and while people can come here and argue, oh, they're basically the same thing, in that case, mate, Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather in 2017, they should have been equal, mate. It's basically the same sport. It should have been a draw, really. Not a technical knockout at all. But the main point being, Ben Askren has no boxing experience. Now, Jake Paul, ever since he fought Deji in 2018, he has been allegedly training since that day. Which means he's been consistently training throughout a Nissan Gibbs fight and Nate Robinson. And he's still continuing to train. And if that's the case, mate, no matter what experience Ben Askren's had in the ring, that's not compared to boxing. Yes, Ben Askren is very athletic, and that's why most people are thinking he's gonna fuck up Jake. Now, boys, I know we all want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. I know, some people have dreamt about that sort of shit, which is actually kind of messed up. But it's Jake Paul, so it's fine. But being more realistic, Jake has had a lot of time to train and be the best boxer he can possibly be against Ben Askren, which will make this fight a lot more interesting. Because if it was the case that Ben Askren was just going to floor Jake Paul, nothing would have happened. In conclusion, my personal opinion, Ben Askren is not going to straight up knock out Jake Paul in the first round like everyone else thinks, okay? Let's be realistic. If this was Jake Paul's first proper fight, yeah, he'd be dead. But no, he's had time to train and he's actually got professional help. And no, I don't mean help as in just helping his lack of chromosomes. I actually mean professional boxing help. But yeah, in conclusion, I think Jake Paul might actually have a chance. Now, let's have a quick look at the press conference because I completely missed out on this shit. But apparently it's hilarious. But yeah, let's have a look.
This guy's striking is that of a grandma.
I mean, just after the first insult, I mean, the crowd isn't having any of it. Mate, I get all of Jake Paul's fans are like 5 years old, but even they won't find that joke funny.
You know, he's a good athlete, they say, but April 17th, he's going to get exposed.
I mean, Jake, from the record I've just seen, you can't say shit.
You're going to see the difference. You're going to see the difference of a wannabe fighter. You know, a guy who choked in the Olympics. A guy who choked in the UFC.
19 wins isn't that much of a choke, I'm not gonna lie. Unless I'm missing out on some information. Which in that case, please educate me in the comments. But if I'm not miseducated, comment down below and say Jake is chatting waffle.
You know, he kind of came up in his brother's shadow. He's trying to fill his brother's footsteps. You know, his brother is a lot more talented, has a larger following. Those type of things. You literally...
Instantly, Jake Paul is not having it. You hear him cut in about it. Jesus Christ, like Deji again. I'm not in my brother's shadow. We're talking about KSI gave me a bunch of exposure. We came up together, me and JJ are the same. Basically, imagine that, but 10 times worse for Jake Paul. I mean, it's pretty funny nonetheless, considering Jake Paul made his channel first, and then Logan just took over him. Just like everyone else found the better brother.
You literally went on your Instagram and asked people for roast. You asked people for roast on your Instagram, and that was the top comment was say that his brother is better than him. That's like calling Kylie Jenner Kendall Jenner. Like,
I don't know anything about them.
Is he on drugs? Has Shannon the Cannon Briggs been going backstage giving them all that? Don't do drugs, kids. But in all fairness, he didn't deny it. So Jake Paul's accepting of it. Congratulations, mate. You're in your brother's shadow.
Doesn't matter. Still a compliment.
Okay.
I would love to be Logan. Logan's a great kid.
This is the closest way Jake Paul is actually incest with his brother. The next step is actually sucking him off rather than metaphorically sucking his dick. I'm surprised Jake Paul didn't start gagging on the mic from it.
Dylan once signed a contract.
Never mind. Jake Paul is actually... Oh no. Okay, never mind. Not metaphorically. He is actually gagging on Logan's dick. Jesus Christ.
So, when Logan's little brother called me out,
Ben Askren said less than 10 words this whole fucking press conference, and he's already done more damage than Jake Paul's done in his like paragraph.
Jake, you did pick Dylan. We know that. I've already went over that. You picked Dylan. I know he wouldn't do it.
But you just said I picked you.
Because Dylan wouldn't say yes, dum-dum.
You choking on your words, Bubba?
You picked Dylan.
Choking on your words, Bubba?
You picked Dylan. Dylan wouldn't sign the contract. Therefore, you can't fight Dylan, so you have to pick the next person.
Ben Askren, very good point. Jake Paul likes to go for the easy targets. Then again, you are sort of insulting yourself by saying he goes for the easiest targets, because after Dylan Dennis, he went after you. That isn't saying much. There's you who can't fight for shit. Nate Robinson, who isn't even related to fighting sports. And Anisong Gibb, who just likes to teabag.
Like, this is typical boy behavior, but obviously sometimes
This is the fucking fight game. This is the fucking fight game. You pussy ass bitch.
Now, Jake, this isn't very child-friendly behavior. None of your fans are going to be able to see this. Maybe it is all just Ben Askren fans in there. Who's old enough from Jake Paul's audience to be in that seat?
Jake, if you and I ran into each other in the back alley in Las Vegas, and I wanted
Do
to
it right now,
the side,
Do it right now, then. We're running into each other right now. Come on.
someone's gonna stop you. You got like 27 people.
Oh, Jake's not very good at listening. Said back alley in LA. Not on a stage in front of people trying to show off because you think your dick's massive.
Anyways, I would do a homicide on you if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Jake Paul just agreed to it, so I guess Ben Askren wins. I don't know what to say. I think I just take it as a surrender, Ben Askren. Congrats, you won the fight already. Let's go, boys.
Jake thinks he's a high-level boxer. I think he's fairly delusional. I guess we'll find out.
You will find out very quickly and in a violent fashion.
Jake Paul doesn't help himself. He never denies any of it. He just goes with it. He's like, Ben Askren just called him delusional, and Jake Paul's like, yeah, you will find out when I'm delusional. In the ring, violently. It makes it sound like he's gonna have a fit.
I think this will make the Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor fight that will happen one day.
Never gonna happen, just saying. Never gonna happen. I know McGregor has fallen off in recent years, but come the fuck on. He's not fighting a YouTuber. I swear to God. You're representing the Irish on this one, McGregor. Don't let me down.
Now for you, Ben, on the other side of the coin, if you get through Jake Paul, what's next in your boxing career? Do you go for the big brother Logan Paul?
Yeah, I mean, 2021 seems like a tremendous year to beat up the whole Paul family.
Fair play, Ben. Someone has to do it. I mean, KSI already did the Logan thing, but fuck it, go for round 2. Actually, True Jordan, do you want to get a few punches in?
That was your first good joke of the press conference. I know you're really excited about that one. Do you smoke cigarettes or are your teeth just yellow?
He's on. Jake Paul just called him out on saying his first good joke, implying the rest was shit, and then comes out with the worst joke I've ever heard in my life. Oh, not even a joke. Banter. Americans can't even say banter properly without making me sick. If that's the kind of banters Jake Paul's having, f me. Never come back to the UK. You came here once and you almost got killed.
Yeah. God damn it. Embarrassing.
There you go, Jake. The word we all used to describe you. Embarrassing. Finally, you accept it. Took your time, man, but finally you got round to it. We're proud of you. You come out. Not the right choice of words, though.
Let's go!
Ben Askren looks so small compared to him, but Jesus Christ, Ben, don't let me down. I mean, Jesus Christ, the pools are tall, but then again, height doesn't mean shit. Unless it's at a ridiculous reach, okay? But KSI, he did well against Logan, and Logan's like up here on him.
22 next way. Bro, you in 36.
Wait, did he just punch his ass?
Big ass belly.
Did he just say, get your ass back here as well? Jake, okay, right, you can't be doing that in public. That's for private. Well, today what have we learned? That Jake Paul might actually ever get a chance if he stops saving Ben Askren's ass. You know what, besides that, I'm actually looking forward to this fight. I think it actually might be a good one. Yes, I'm rooting for Ben Askren. Do I want Jake Paul to win? no. He said he's doing this for YouTube. Who from YouTube wants you here? Besides your brother. And maybe your mum if she starts a channel. I am so subbing to your mum's channel when that comes out. That sounded not great. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if you did enjoy and you're new around here, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you want to stay up to date with boxing news that actually people give a shit about, make sure you stick around. But other than that, I'll see you guys in a bit.